our guest speaker for today. He is a freelance event host based on Laoag City, province of Ilocos Norte, Philippines. With over 6 years in the industry as an event host, he already hosted more than 250 events. Trust us as he is the host who will make your wedding enjoyable and full of memorable events. Please welcome our speaker this afternoon, Mr. Ancher Cua. Let us give him a virtual round of applause, please.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you very much, host Samantha. Wow,
Thank
that's
you
great.
po.
Ayan.
Pasensya na po sa medyo background noise po Sorry po. So,
It's okay, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you for the...
So, how are you po?
Okay lang naman, grabe. Still struggling with the COVID-19 protocols, especially in conducting events. But, hosts are very flexible naman in terms of making sure that everybody enjoys the event and still, kumbaga, they get to enjoy all the special moments pa rin sa kanilang wedding. Of course, making everyone safe. No? Thank you. Yeah.
Of course po. Okay, ready na po ba sa question and answer portion po?
Ako pa, kaya naman pangalan ko Ancher because I'm ready to answer the questions.
Witty po. Witty. I love it po. Okay
Thank
po.
you.
So, first question po natin po. Easy peasy lang po. Parang 1 plus 1 lang naman po eh.
No
Okay.
problem.
First question po. What is your mood right now, sir?
Well, I'm very much excited because I'll be hosting various events, especially that for tomorrow. I'll be in Ilocos Sur. Grabe, super excited ako I'll be hosting the most prestigious pageant in the province, which is Ilocos Sur. And right now, I'm very happy din po, and especially that this is my first exposure with Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines. And that's why I'm thankful to you guys, especially to Sir DJ Luzon for inviting me here. At talaga napakasaya ko. And I was very excited, grabe. Parang super energetic na ako ma-attend ng kasal mamaya. Thanks.
Okay po. So, for the next question po, alam po namin na, and I'm not the only one po, also our audiences po, we want to know more about you, sir. About yourself po.
Wow. Grabe rin naman. Well,
Yes,
Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you for that wonderful question. I'm really wondering what I'll answer with that. But of course, I am Ancher. I am a person who is easy to get along with. And yes, being be professional enough in my work, I'm very passionate in terms of hosting and especially in guiding my clients po, lalo na kapag may mga kasal sila or events. And ako yung tipo na tao na siguro makikita mo at first parang suplado, pero it's not. Super galog ako na tao. And if you get to know me better, you'll actually get along with a lot of things, especially if we having lots of smiles, laughter, cheers, especially when we talk about lives of different people. So, ako yung tipong, aside from I do teach and I'm currently a marketing officer at the university right now, nagkaroon din po ako ng, I'm actually also an actor in some movies. By which, yes,
nag-appear lang. Pwede po malaman po kung anong movies po. Baka po.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm inviting you to watch pala. By the way, siguro napanood nyo na yung Ikaw at Ako at ng ending ni Kim Molina at saka ni Gerald Napoles. Actually, that was shown in Viva Max. It's a short appearance, but still, it's a great thing to be part of it. Pero, siguro this year, yung upcoming movie ni Logie Ko and Carlo Aquino, I can't actually state the final title yet. Baka mamaya baka nanonood ng director at taga-production staff. So it's actually under Regal Entertainment, directed by DC Ferrer. Abangan niyo po yung role ko doon as Jack. Kung parang barka-barkada ni na Logie po and Carlo. So I do acting, of course, aside from I do entertain as well hosting. Tapos, aside from that, I'm also currently an instructor and teaching tourism and hospitality plus events management. Kaya po, siguro ba isip ng marang dami naman exposure ng tao na to. Pero just to tell you honestly, ako lang naman to. And I still want to be very humble in terms of talking to people And one thing is, being passionate pa rin naman sa ginagawa ko. At marami man akong experiences, but still I want to keep myself low and be humble, just on the ground pa rin. Okay, once you get to know.
Down to earth, always feel humble despite of achievements and milestones that you achieved po. Okay, so I was wondering po, what made you choose this career po
Oh,
as a
okay,
host?
that's a very interesting question actually, Host Samantha, no? Well, I really didn't expect this kind of career, not until nagkaroon ako ng exposure by the time we hosted the Mr. and Miss University way back 2015, that was January 2015. So, kumbaga, parang on that part na naging live siya on TV, it so happened na may mga nanonood from city officials na taga-city government, and by which in preparation for Pamulinawen noong February 2015. And it so happened na naghahanap sila ng host and they watched me how I host. Kaya ayun, kinuha ko sa isang pageant. And then, at such time na, no, na napanood in live yun on TV, nakita na rin ako ng mga officials from the provincial government. Kaya parang in preparation for their fiesta again on May 2015, ayan, parang umusbong na yung career ko in terms of public entertainment. Tapos mga weddings. Kasi parang, then again, the entertainment value that we give, parang na-acquire na namin yan. Well, prior to that pa rin naman, I already hosted student activities way back college. But I really didn't think na magiging parang super big hit yung career na to sa akin. Because I was really expecting to be an ordinary tour guide, isang simple lang instructor, tsaka parang nag-tour lang yung mga bisita sa probinsya. But then again, being or having, of course, hosted more than 250 events all throughout my 7th year. Actually, I'm already celebrating my 7th year in hosting events. And nearing to 300 events na na host ko. Kaya siguro, passion would really have taken me to places. And yes, what I always say, the best things come as surprises. Kaya I never expected this career. Pero one thing that made me take a big hit on this, it's because of the passion and the way I treat people, I talk to them, the way how we establish rapport. No? And ikita naman nila kung gaano tayo ka-dedicated sa ating trabaho. Alam mo yan, this is Osam.
Life is full of surprises po eh. Hindi mo lang akala mo ito yung pangarap mo, ito yung gustong-gusto mo, hindi mo pala alam na hindi ito pala mas magaling pa ako pala dito yung ito yung career na hindi ko pinapangarap, pero at the end of the day yun pala yung dito pala ako mas magaling so
yes,
why not pursue it,
true.
diba?
That's true. And it's really important talaga na you discover your potentials. Sa totoo lang, you never know doon ka pala mag-excel. Kaya it really pays to know your talent, to know yourself even better. And ayun, just go with the flow. And kahit pinakamaliit man yan na bagay, umuuspo yan. I'll start from small beginnings. And yan, Osam, look at us right now. We're hosting one of the biggest events now in the country, especially along with our fellow wedding suppliers or event suppliers.
Okay po. So, in those 7 years po, from the day you started your career and up until now po, and counting, what are those challenges po that you've encountered? And through those challenges, what are the lessons you've learned po? And you apply up until this day po?
Well, the challenge is especially kapag, the number one challenge kasi lalo na if we talk about crowds, crowd control, crowd entertainment, is that kailangan mong alamin yung utility nila para makuha mo yung attention nila at the same time para mapatawa mo sila. And then you get to ask them like to follow you para magkakaroon ka ng audience command. So somehow kasi lalo-lalo na pag sa iba't ibang mga events, diba? Iba-ibang klase ng mga clients yan. So parang you get to challenge yourself. Naku po parang mga panay senior citizens, naku po panay mga bata, panay mga nahihiya, mga bisita. So it's like really adjusting yourself into that kind of pace. Not naman yung ikaw nag-adjust, but you have to let them adjust. Especially dapat alamin nila yung klaseng atmosphere ang meron din sa event. Dapat kung gusto mo masayang maging pwedeng pasok ko pa lamang na host, masayang-masaya na. Kaya magpakakwela ka, magpakakalog ka. And that is what I really learned din, no, all throughout my hosting career. Actually, I didn't start na talagang ganyan na batikan na magaling kasi gradual ang experiences natin, lalong-lalo na pag-hosting. And while we host various events, we learn, okay, parang we experiment kung pag pinagawa ko kaya ako sa mga bisita, ano kaya maging reaction nila. So, the lessons that I've learned, another is to make sure na, well, aside from kailangan natin make sure na yung mga bisita natin are well entertained, another lesson is that kailangan tayo maingat sa mga sinasabi natin. So yes, although we want to entertain our guests, pero some of it are very sensitive enough and should not be spoken, no? Na talagang dahil trick na trick mo talagang magpakakalog and everything, it doesn't mean that you have to joke, okay, on a very below the belt na level na. And that's why I've also learned naman yung mga ganun na bagay. Kaya I tried to refix myself, especially when I was on the second or third year of my hosting. And there are some really jokes that were not meant. And the challenge also is yung ano din parang yung hindi mo may iwasan na magkakaroon ng comment ng mga tao in terms of how you host. Let's face it, we can really cannot please everyone. Kahit sabihin natin na we really did our best. But still, if you know yourself na you satisfy the client so much that you really enjoy the whole event, sige, disregard mo na lang yung ibang comments, di ba? Kasi for sure, meron talagang mga nasasabing mga yan. But if nasatisfy mo yung client in terms of the services you provide, that's already enough. Okay? Hindi talaga pare-pareho lahat ng standard. So that's one thing that we should also...
I agree.
Diba?
So what are, you've already mentioned po na may mga comments. What are the most common critics po or comments na naririnig mo usually yung mga feedback ng mga clients nyo o kumbaga yung mga guests nila po from to you po?
Well, hindi naman, well, it's not always about, well, there's one time lang kasi na sinabi sa akin na parang pero parang hindi kasi siya masyadong degrading on my part, pero parang sinasabi, bakit pinuuna niyo muna yung mga, actually, even ako parang, bakit yun ang tanong niya? Kasi parang sabi niya, bakit pinuuna niyo yung mga, let's say sa weddings, traditions before the food? Hindi ba dapat inuuna yung pagkain for yung para may gana yung mga one thing. Okay, kilalang yung mga bisita. Kaya the problem is, pagkatapos kumain, alam na yung mga yan. Kaya we always tell naman our guests and especially the clients na inuuna natin ang programa because these are the highlights of the days. Although wala naman sinasabi sa akin na direct na yun talagang, ay, pangit ang hosting mo. Ay, hindi ang corny-corny mo, wala namang mga ganun. Okay? Kasi para iningatan ko naman yung sarili ko throughout the years. Yes. So, yun lang naman yung parang naging critic lang na ako, talagang ikaw pang bisita mo may gana magtanong ako. Pero anyway, still, we do respect din naman kung ano yung masasabi nila. Diba? We still take note of it. Kaya ayun.
Siguro, question lang naman yun, wondering naman, pero hindi naman parang, hindi ko naman to dibdibin. Especially guests and iba naman sila po yung perspective ng guests at saka yung clients niyo po.
Okay. That's right.
So, you've already hosted 250 events po. So, in those events po, ano po yung, let's say, memorable po? Until now, it's still stuck in your memory po.
Grabe. By that, yung isa sa mga pinaka-memorable is yung post ako. Well, in terms of weddings, yung pinakaunang international wedding ko abroad. International wedding. Hosting ko abroad.
Po kung saan po.
Actually, that was on July 2018 sa New Zealand. And then, all expenses paid.
Wow! Shock po!
Yes.
Po.
All expenses paid. And then, ayun, get to parang experience, aside from the perks of hosting the international wedding for the first time. Ayan, tour din, everything. Kita na ang somehow part ng New Zealand. Pero yun kasi, actually, it is a referral from a family friend din who watched me on one of my events na hinost ko din, actually, weddings here in Ilocos. And it so happened kasi na yung family na nasa New Zealand, kilala din ako. Tapos, kilala ko yan, yung nag-host ng wedding sa Ilocos. So, ayun, kinotaka ko agad, parang like February ng 2018, 4 months before the wedding. Ayan, binong na ako for kaya we had the 2 weeks na vacation din naman doon. And ato din parang pag-host ko doon, it's not always all the time na nagkakaroon pala sila ng mga masasayang wedding reception. So, it takes a professional host to do that pala now. Kaya parang nagtaka ako dun sa hotel sa Hilton, Auckland. Parang it's not, parang sabi niya sa akin, oh, you're very good, humbly speaking, you're very good. It's not always all the time that we watch this kind of hosting in wedding receptions here in New Zealand. Sabi ko, pala talaga kasi yung mga Pinoy na mag-host, kaya pala talaga kakulit pagdating sa wedding receptions. Sabi ko, well, if you already know that the event is already held once in a lifetime, then you have to make fun. You have to make everything count. Yun ang pinaka-memorable in terms of wedding. At sa mga ibang events naman, syempre, I've already hosted some international pageants. Tapos, yung nakasama ko rin sa Pilipinas Supranational 2014 during the Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants National Convention here in Ilocos Norte. Ayun, tapos kasama ko rin si Paulo Jones sa isang hosting stint. Kaya marami din naman talaga, you know. These are the perks then again, but still, we get to inspire them as we share the talent and everything. So I'm sure meron ka rin naman, host sa kanta. Meron ka na din mga memorable na wedding.
Memorable ko po siguro, yung first hosting ko po dito sa WSAP. Actually po. I've never done hosting po. Like ever. I never, parang hindi pa rin ako makapaniwala na parang, nagagawa ko pala to? Yung, ako kasi, for starter po, mahihain po ako, takot ako makipag-usap in public. Public speaking is my biggest fear po. I remember po, share lang po, one time po, sa class, nung public speaking, question and answer, tinanong ako, bigla akong umiyak in front of my classmates. Pero sabi ko, hosting, maraming tao nakakita nito. Hindi lang yung, yung hosting, hindi lang in just of 4 corners of the room po, marami na, like, may bigger audience po, especially virtual po. Life is full of surprises nga po talaga. Pero, and at the same time, thankful po that I was able to conquer my fear po in talking in public po. And it boost my confidence po. And, yun nga. So,
it's something that you really didn't expect on this kind of career. Yeah. That's good. Very good. Very proud. Congrats.
You ever also po experience po yung first, yung nag-first hosting po kayo, like parang kinakabahan po kayo, yung parang nag-overthink kayo. Also, paano po yung nag-conquer po? Ano po yung mga, yung mga routine or yun po, routine para hindi po kayo kabahan before mag-start po yung program?
Well, of course, one thing is it's important for us to pray kahit tayo lang. Like we go into a corner and then it's like say thanks for the talent and then please do guide us with all wisdom. Pray ako ng ganun. And then what I usually do din kasi parang hindi ako mas makabahan, I don't stare at people's eyes. I don't stare at people's eyes. Parang I do put them a foot like above their heads. Hanggang sa kahit tumitingin lang ako doon, pero hindi ako tumitingin sa mga mukha at mata. Because pagka nagkakaroon tayo ng eye contact, especially kapag ex mo yung nakita mo. So parang maano ka, ma-intimidate ka. since napanood niya ako, ang masasabi niya dun sa hosting ko and everything. So it's better na when you do host, especially with a large crowd, okay, hindi naman siya family event. It's one thing na kailangan we have to remember para hindi tayo masyadong makahanap. Hindi ma-intimidate on our part. Pero kapag sanay ka na kasi, lalo na sa akin pag mga sa mga almost 200 na weddings, parang nakita lang kita sa kasal noon na, ganyan. So parang feeling close ka na, na-establish mo yung sarili. So pagdating sa mga weddings, wala nang kapa-kapa, wala nang script, ganyan. Basta gawin mo lang masaya. Okay, ganun yung ko. Pero pag sa papamalakihan talaga ng events, yan, yung mag-recheck ng mga parts, lalong-lalong sa mga scripting mo and everything. Okay? Kasi it's important din naman na magkaroon ng scripting, lalong-lalong kapag refers to event. Especially kapag mga pageants. That happens din sa mga international pageants that when I hosted. And that's the importance of having scripts and then running through by reading it. At saka dapat magaling ka sa pag-vocalize or at the same time parang you have a lot of things to say, no? Talagang nasa isip mo. Okay, but still should be relevant about the event. Kapag merong pag merong mga dull moments or parang mga dead air, you get to like say something and then magkakaroon pa rin ng audience participation. Okay? Yan. So, ganun yung mga so as you go along the way, talagang masasanay. Sanay ka din. Parang kakain ka na lang ng chicken.
Okay, boss. Okay po. So, for the next question po. So, since, how's the business when it comes to wedding industry po sa Ilocos po?
Well, if i-base natin yan sa mga, i-base natin yan sa mga books, especially in hosting events. Pag the pre-pandemic days would be 100% ng talagang marami. But during the pandemic, mga 40 to 50% ang mga nakakandak ng events. So whenever I get about 19 or 18 postings in a month, ngayon, mga 8 or 9, ganun yung mga nakapapa. So parang 50% pa lang yung level. And yes, it's good that hindi ganun na forbid ang mga clients to conduct events here in Ilocos. Pero there are certain protocols and then you have to obtain an approval from the Provincial Tourism Office if you'll be holding an event, lalo na kapag weddings. It's like you'll be submitting yung mga floor plan, yung mga list of attendees, ganyan, para maka-obtain ka ng permit. And then you have to make sure na itong mga pupunta, nag-a-attend are fully vaccinated. So before they enter the reception area, dapat nagpapakita na sila ng mga vaccination card. Except for the kids na kasama nila. Kaya, well, kaya pa rin naman sa amount. It's just, sana lang hindi magbago talaga yung government regulations or mga restrictions in terms of holding events. Kasi sabihin na lang natin, pag sa mga indoor, 30% lang. Pag outdoor, 50%. Yung capacity, ganun dapat para ma-maintain yung social distancing. But still, the great thing is hindi siya nakaka-harm. Hindi siya yung, hindi siya na-disapprove. Kaya at least tuloy-tuloy pa rin naman yung mga income ng mga suppliers like us. Oo. Ang daldal
So,
ko sa mga supplier.
Okay ba? So, okay po.
Yeah,
So, as a result of pandemic po, what are the adjustments you've made to adapt in our new normal setup po? Especially your host po. As you've mentioned po na from before 80, tama po ba? To 4 to 5 events in a month po.
Yeah.
So what are the adjustments po? Ang inyong ginawa?
Well, for me, pagdating naman sa income, very thankful that I still have my full-time job para to support my financial, the things that I need, especially pag monthly expenses. Although doon sa it might affect a little bit in terms of my income since all yung events. And the adjustments is I have to work it out through online. And especially that meron pa rin yung mga companies that, let's say for example, sa Smart Complex, okay, na parang nagkakontak sila ng mga activities. So like we'll be needing virtual hosts. Kaya the good thing is, nag-shift din naman yung mga iba sa online, especially pag mga marketing and promotional events nila. So, also, as an event host nila na pag mga live events, yung mga bagay na kailangan yung mga pinag-aralan ko talaga is that I have to make sure na walang close contact yung mga guests. And especially kapag may mga pag-games tayo na ganyan, you still participate but you stay on your seat na. Walang tatayo, walang lalapit sa akin. So, we're wearing face mask. So, parang conceptualize ako ng mga activities, working, na still everyone can participate but nandun na sila sa upuan nila. Walang lalapit, walang masyadong ano. So, yun yung parang mga naging adjustments ko. And especially that, mga palaro natin sila doing games, tapos mga pre-event games natin na instead of approaching me, you just shout Darna or Superman. Yeah. Para, okay, when you get to answer or parang give your, we get to answer a certain question, tapos parang kapag meron kang ibibigay na kailangan ko, parang bring me with a twist. Instead of being close to me na lang, parang doon ka na lang, stay on your seat. Ganun yung mga klaseng adjustments. Because then again, kahit din natin masaya, yet safe pa rin yung weddings or events. Yeah, so kailangan talaga may isip na yun.
Safety first, ika nga po. Pero at the same time, enjoyable din po. You don't need to do too much yes po. You can stay in your seat, but at the same time, enjoying po. So, next question po. So, what surprised you about your job po as a host?
Tips. Tips and as well as gifts from guests. And the most memorable kasi na talaga na-surprise ako when hosting events when I received actually $100 tip from a client. So,
is that from sa New Zealand?
No. Abusado naman na siya.
Sorry po.
It so happened kasi baliktayan. And parang alam mo yung tipo na, ay, gabi halos parang nilibre niya yung isang event ko dun sa tip na binigay niya, ako. $100 is equivalent to like more or less 5,000 pesos. Ito, ayan, parang...
Just a tip lang po yun, ha? Di po yung TL?
Yes, ikaw ba yung TL? Oo. Grabe, kaya yun yung first niya ka-surprise. Well, aside from you also receive gifts or souvenirs from it always surprises me, especially kapag in terms of career, parang nagkakaroon din ako ng mga ibang hosting opportunities, really, not just locally, but even outside the office market. Kaya nakakarating ako, sometimes sa Garunion, Baguio, tsaka sa Ilocos, Apayao, ganyan. Kasi then again, with people watch you post and then you're very sad. Good thing is to get to remember it and to be there for the podcast feedback. So that's what surprises me so much about tapos dun sa isang online event namin, bugulat ako, kakausap ko online si Netean Medina tsaka Roger Cruz. Yan! Okay. So, parang may mga na celebrity level talaga na parang makakausap mo. Makikipagkulitan ka sa kanila, tapos makikipagkulitan sila sa'yo. Kaya parang it's really great thing to have this or relieve these moments na when you talk about passion in hosting. Yeah.
So, tips po, the do's and the don'ts when starting mga aspiring hosts, for aspiring hosts po, especially po ako. So, what are the tips po?
Tips?
What are
okay, this is
do's and the don'ts also.
Oh gosh.
All in one po to.
Gusto ko parang alright, but anyway, I'm very much delighted to share kung ano man yung para mga tips na pwedeng sundin ng mga aspiring hosts. One thing is that you have to make sure that you're still humble enough to be talked with. And hindi dapat yung mapagmataas, hindi yung parang gusto mong ito yung gusto mong mangyari. Ito dapat yung mangyari. We always have to make sure that we have that kind of humility. Okay? Kasi it's one way of respecting it's one way of maintaining the respect between our clients. You just have to, kung anong gusto niya, sige, sundin mo. Although it's kind of impossible or sometimes, pero if you're an event host, you should really be a snappy person. Diba? Yung alam mo kung okay, kailangan may twist yung galing na bagay. And by which it leads me to my second, you have to be creative. Creative in terms of not just verbally, but in terms of different activities in a certain event, not just weddings. Parang nagkakaroon ka ng parang idea as to how to make things a little bit of a twist. And third thing, when you're an event host, it's not all about speaking, it's not just about managing the flow of the program. As much as possible, you include your participants. Lalong-lalo na kapag, for example, sa isang cake slicing, di ba? Kasi cake slicing, ayoko na ako lang magpipila. Everyone, let's all count up to 3. Lahat po tayo. Okay? Parang you get to say na, because bakit kasama tayong lahat? Kasi po since kasama tayo sa kasal na to, it's like all of us are building the foundation together as husband and wife. Tapos parang magtatanong ka sa guest, di ba? Sa cake slicing, Mami, ilang pong blessings or gifts na gusto nyo magkaroon ng couple. So dapat merong guest interaction. It's not just about you. You talk about the audience, you talk about the client and everything. So it's not, yun ang isang bagay. You have to be humble, you have to be of course creative, snappy, okay? And at the same time, you include you have to include your spectators. And at the same time, I know it may sound very cliche, and at the same time, sa kidami-dami ng events na hinosan mo, stay passionate. Kahit alam mo na pare-pareho or somehow, wedding na naman, ganyan-ganyan, same pa rin yung flow. But still, hindi lahat ng mga event hosts, especially sa areas natin, ay nakakapagbigay ng napakagandang quality in terms of hosting the program. Kaya nga, ikaw ang hinahanap ng mga kliyente, ikaw ang gusto nila because ikaw lang nakakapagbigay ng ganong klaseng quality at saya. Okay, so no matter what happens, kahit matanda ka na, 50s ka na, 60s ka na, as long as you can still host, as long as you're passionate enough, it means na hindi nawawala ang kagustuhan mo to provide the best for your clients. Okay? And in terms of huwag ka magpakatay there. Ang host ay siya dapat ang bibigay ng hype sa mga guests. Ako number one, ang pinakaayaw ko is dead air. And of course, if you're also an event host, it also pays for you to have a very good na sound system provider. Tapos yung alam niya or alam niya na meron siyang parang mga musical scoring. Ganyan. When I say musical scoring, kasi parang let's say nag-iiyakan na lahat ng mga bisita. Tapos, kung dun sa message ng isang bisita, and then pagtapos ng message niya, biglang kumanta ng My Heart Goes Shalalalala. So, parang yung gano'n na klaseng pa lamang, it really pays actually, even sound system, mag-partner kasi talaga sa event, si sound system at saka ikaw. So, if you have your team with you na magaling sa musical scoring, mga ganyan na mga sama mo yan, okay? And then make sure na yung maganda rin naman yung labas ng boses mo. Hindi yung parang, sasalita ka sa microphone pero parang lumalabas dun sa speaker. Parang kang sinisipon. So you have to ensure na kasi it really affects the quality of the program and the way you host. Kaya you have to make sure, kaya kapag meron ka naman sariling sound system or parang meron ka makakilang sound system na talagang ka-vibe mo, nakatrabaho, alam na yung flow, yung alam nyo na kung gano'ng kulitan level ninyo, yun at yun dapat ang sulit. And you can also suggest that to your client. Okay? Kasi it affects kasi the atmosphere and the quality of the program. So, ayun. And, then huwag ka masyado magpakataas. Kasi sa totoo na, pag mataas ka kasi dyan ka mas bumabag sa career mo. Kaya, stay humble lang. Whether simpleng pamilya yan, simpleng cliente yan, or high-end, alright? Even if you actually have dignitaries abroad, lalo na kapag mag-host abroad, just stay humble, okay? Follow what the client wants, and then be snappy, be creative, and enjoy the food event.
So, you've mentioned po earlier about being passionate despite na, yun nga, alam mo na yung flow. What, ano po yung ginagawa nyo? I feel na parang, ay naku, na-motivate ako ngayong event. What, parang, ano dapat ang gawin ko para, yun, parang same energy pa rin yung binibigay nyo po.
Okay. That is why I don't ask for a full payment before the event. Kaya
Alam ko na yung iniisip nyo, sayang yung half payment.
That's right. Actually, ako, pag nagpapa-down payment lang ako, 20% lang. Kasi para yung 80% after the event, ayun, parang dun ko talaga i-invest lahat ng energy at saya ko. Kasi I really want na talagang at the end of the event, there's something to expect. There's something big to expect. Kaya never ever pay me in full before the event. Kasi baka mamaya naipili ko na ng gamit yan tapos suot-suot ko pa. Ano nang may expect pa after the event? Di ba? Parang at least, yun dapat ang you humbly ask your clients na you ask for about 20 or 50% na down payment tapos the other half after the event. Kasi that's your big motivator. Okay, that's the reason why you're there, well, aside from the client's enjoyment. You're there, parang you look forward mo talaga after the event yung event. Diba? Yeah, yun yung ko, parang big motivator ko.
Big noted po. Big noted po yung 80%. So bagay naman po, no? Okay, you just pay me 20% now and then after the event, 80% kasi para motivate pa rin ako. I'll give by, aside from 100%, baka taasan ko pa, 200 or 1,000% pa, di ba?
Yeah, oo. Tapos, di mo na, para pag may malaki talagang ma-expect after the event, how much more kapag bibigyan ka pa ng client ng tip? Diba? Yeah, perks na yun.
Find other ways to be motivated po all the time. Kasi minsan po, although passion mo, hindi talaga maiiwasan na pagod ako, I feel unmotivated ngayon. So you should find ways all the time.
Yeah, that's right. And that is actually one of the biggest ways para ma-motivate na rin ako. Diba? Ayun, 20% non-refundable down payment. So kapag may matutuloy man yung kasal or hindi na yung maibabalik. So let's say kapag for example, pag si client, nagkaroon sila ng alitan ni fiancé niya, ganyan. Tapos nag-cancel na, well, penalty na yun, 20%. Pero at least hindi pa rin naman masyadong mabigat, di ba? For the client. Pero parang libre na sa'yo yun. Yay! Ganyan. Ipabili na ako ng gamit ko. Oo. Pero then again, I don't enjoy naman any misfortune by the clients. Parang sumama na naman, hindi ko po yung kasiyahan. Pero still, it's one way of protecting yourself as the service provider from doon sa hindi natuloy na event. Kasi sayang. What if doon pala sa lahat ng kasal na yun, merong mga ibang nag-inquire kasi minsan pag ako, let's say pag mga January 18, ganyan, mga hot dates, lalo na pag mga February 2, 2022, ganyan, nag-book ka sa akin, nag-require ako ng 20% down payment sa'yo kasi hindi ka natuloy. Sayang, yung parang 5 na napakawalan ko na increase. Mga prospect clients sana. Kaya, ganun. That's the reason kung bakit yung mga non-refundable down payment. Do you also do that?
Okay.
Ginagawa mo rin.
Hindi pa po. Ito pa lang yung hosting gig. I'm parang nasa pa lang po ako, nasa stage po na explore muna, learn things sa hosting muna before accepting payment po. Pero maybe in the future po, hindi po ako choosy. So for the last question po, throughout the last na lang po, promise po. So throughout the process of successful life, merong mga taong rason kung bakit nandito tayo ngayon. So Sir Ancher, sinong gusto mo pasalamatan? And at the same time po, promote your business po.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, ako po ay gusto na nagpapasalamat sa Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines. It's not always all the time po kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng ganitong klaseng regulations, especially kapag sa industry natin na most affected is COVID-19. Kaya I'd like to thank and as well as congratulate the team of Sir TJ Yuson, the president or of course the founder of this organization. Sir, maraming salamat ako soon enough. Ay magiging miyembro na rin ako. I find it very interesting po na talaga. Napakaganda. Ang daming ganda ng mga goals and as well as visions and objectives ng organization. So I'm sure it will take us really far. No? Baka pa makarating pa kami ulit sa banda ng Visayas and Mindanao and even as far as in abroad again. And of course, nagpapasalamat din po kami sa mga fellow suppliers po natin na nanonood ngayon at sumusuporta sa organisasyon na to. And grabe, galing talaga yung conceptualization doon sa mga top 50 na wedding hosts at and among others. Napakagandang initiative yun actually. And congratulations once again to the whole team. And para po sa mga nanonood natin, of course, I'd like to promote my Facebook page. It's Flaws and Cheers by Ancher Cua. And as well as you can also visit my website, www.anchercua.com for more information. And you also follow my YouTube, it's Ancher Cua Event Host. At para po sa Twitter and Instagram account, it's Ancher_Cua. And meron din naman ako mga available na Facebook account, so if you have inquiries, you can just freely message me there. And soon enough, I'll be very glad to meet all of you. Lalo-lalo na rin ikaw, Samantha, host Sam. Someday. Okay? And I'm wishing you all the best sa iyong career. Of course, stay passionate, stay happy. Okay? I really look forward to join you one time sa isang etablado. Thank you!
Flattered po. I think parang nape-pressure ako eh.
Magkatabi mo lang muna tayo dito sa screen.
Parang ako lang po yung so a sidekick lang po muna.
Okay.
So thank you so much, Sir Ancher, for giving us some of your precious time today with wonderful stories and tips po and very inspiring insights. Thank you so much to our guest speaker this afternoon, Sir Ancher, for the acknowledgement of your participation. An e-certificate will be given to you. So let me read it for you, sir. This certificate is proudly presented to Mr. Ancher Cua for imparting valuable knowledge during the Let's Talk About Weddings in Laoag as a guest speaker on January 29, 2020, signed by Mr. TJ Yuson, the country manager of WSAP. Thank you once again, Mr. Ancher, for your time, and I hope you also enjoyed our talk show this afternoon po. Be a proud member. If you're still not a member, what are you waiting for? Visit our main Facebook page and directly message us for your inquiries. On behalf of WSAP, thank you to everyone for joining with us, and of course to our guest speaker this afternoon, Mr. Ancher Cua. Once again, I am Samantha Barcelona, your host, now signing off. Thank you for your time, keep safe, and have a great afternoon, everyone.